Hello everybody and welcome back to tutorial number 3. In our last tutorial we looked at how you can use your Iliad interlibrary loan account to order in articles that are in journals that the James C. Kirkpatrick Library does not subscribe to. In this tutorial, we're going to begin to look at how you can order in books and other physical materials from other libraries if the James C. Kirkpatrick Library does not possess that book or other physical item. Now, there is a middle step when it comes to books and physical materials that doesn't exist with journal articles, because there is a special association, a consortium in the state of Missouri, which you may have heard of. It's called MOBIUS, M-O-B-I-U-S. The MOBIUS Consortium is an association of libraries throughout the state that have a materials sharing agreement with each other. All academic libraries in the state of Missouri belong to the MOBIUS Consortium, and there are couriers who run back and forth literally every day between these libraries, moving materials back and forth to the library where the user requested it. So before you need to go to utilizing an interlibrary loan account for ordering books and materials, you first want to see whether that book is present within the state of Missouri, because if it is, you don't have to use interlibrary loan. You can actually simply order it in via the MOBIUS Consortium. And I would say that 95% of the time plus, if you want a book or physical item, some library in the state of Missouri is likely to have it. It's extraordinarily rare that no one in Missouri has something that you want. You would need to be doing either historical, retrospective research or researching some very rarefied topic for you to need to use your interlibrary loan account to order books. So let's go ahead and see how this works. First, of course, before you order in books from other libraries, you want to make sure that the book is not available in our own library catalog. So I'm going into the library catalog, and I am going to make a point of noting that the name of our catalog is the Quest catalog. This is an important thing to remember, and I'll show you why. So let's continue with our environmental theme, and let's say that we are interested in researching how to build environmentally friendly buildings. So if we give our best attempt at a keyword search, we might type in green architecture. Hopefully type it in correctly. It's a little early, my fingers aren't working right yet. So if I do a keyword search on green architecture, I'm going to get a lot of results that are of interest. And I'm going to go ahead and show you quickly that technique that I've recommended to you before, starting out with a keyword search and then moving to a subject heading search. So let's say you scan these results, and result number 8 looks intriguing to you. This book is called The Green Building Bottom Line, The Real Cost of Sustainable Building. And perhaps this is a good source for you, and what you'd really like to see is more books like this one. So remember, what you do is this is really a bit of a review, you pull up the detailed record for that particular book. You're going to take a look at the Library of Congress LC subject headings. As you can see, this particular book has 2 standardized subject headings assigned to it. And if you look at the 2 of them, you might decide that the subject heading that is most appropriate for your topic is sustainable architecture. So if you want to see more books about sustainable architecture, you would click on that subject heading. It would take you to a list of the subject headings in the catalog, and your chosen subject heading is in bold. This tells you that there are 20 items total in the library that have been assigned this is sustainable architecture subject heading. If I click on it again, I get to a list of those 20. Okay, and these are sorted by relevance. If I wanted to, I could click Limit Sort Search, and I could sort them by date so that I could look at the most recent materials first. And look at this, we actually have a book published in 2009. That was actually the book that we started out with, but there's 19 other books for us to look at. Now suppose you look at all these books and you find 1 or 2 that are attractive to you. You can go to the library, locate them in the stacks, and check them out. But let's say you want to conduct more extensive research. Either these books don't satisfy your information need, or you just want to be really thorough and move beyond the resources maintained by the library. Well, there's a really easy way to do it, because right at the top of the window there is a link, a button that says Search MOBIUS. When I click this button, it is going to open up a new catalog, which is a statewide catalog of all the holdings by the participants in the MOBIUS consortium. And it is going to conduct the same search you had in the Quest catalog. So let's give this a try. I'm clicking on Search MOBIUS. You can see the catalog has a different look and feel, so it's always very obvious when you're in the MOBIUS catalog. It's run the same search you ran before. You can change it once you're in the MOBIUS catalog. Now look at this. In the Quest catalog, in the James C. Kirkpatrick Library, we had 20 items that were assigned this subject heading. In the statewide catalog, we have 138. So our world of books has really increased substantially. I'm going to click on that subject heading and get to a list of those 138 books. Lots for you to explore. Keep in mind that some of these are holdings by the James C. Kirkpatrick Library. Let's suppose that this book right here, the A.E. Green Building Cookbook, is of interest to you. Well, what you want to do is you want to pull up the details for this book. You want to look at the libraries that have this book. They'll be listed right in this table here. Just do a quick check and make sure that this isn't a book that's available right at the James C. Kirkpatrick Library. And it's not. This is in one library, the Towers Library. If you want this book, because we don't have it at the Kirkpatrick Library, all you have to do is hit this request button. Keep in mind, this is not yet interlibrary loan. This is requesting via the MOBIUS system. Here's where it's important to know the name of your library catalog, because the first thing you're asked is to identify which regional cluster of libraries in the state you belong to. That's why we call our library catalog the Quest catalog, so you can remember that you're part of the Quest regional library. This is really all about making sure that we order the book in from the closest possible library. If it's available in Sedalia, we don't want to go to St. Louis to pull that book for you. And then there's just a short order form that you need to fill out. I won't go all the way through it. You put in your 700 number, and then you're going to put in UCM in capital letters directly after your full ID number. Here's the instructions right here. You're going to indicate where you would like to pick up the book, and you can pick it up from anywhere if any of these locations are better for you. This is the most convenient location for me. I'd hit submit. The MOBIUS request system is very fast. I have actually had some MOBIUS books come in the very next day. That's not typical though. I would say 2 to 3 business days, 4 business days at the very outset, you will get that book. And the way you will know that the book is in is that you will get an email telling you that the book is waiting for you at the circulation desk on the first floor of the library, and you will have 7 days to pick it up. If you do not pick it up within 7 days, the book will be returned back to the home institution. So now the entire state is your library when it comes to books, as long as you manage your time. This is something that takes a few days, so if it's the night before an assignment is due, ordering books in via MOBIUS is not an option to you. All right, let's go on and move to the last tutorial for the week, where we're going to look at how to actually use interlibrary loan for ordering books if MOBIUS does not have the book that you want.